This is the assignment for today, Thursday, the 27th of August. So I want you to put these words in the correct boxes here. So the subject is nautae, so put that, it's a nominative plural. Write that down. The subject, salverunt, is the verb. They cast off. Navem is the object. You can tell it's the object because it ends in M. You can tell this is the verb because it ends in MT. Okay? That only leaves meridie, midday. Okay? And that'll be the adverb. Adverbial endings are like E, usually long E, or iter. Okay? For the meanings of the words, the easiest thing to do is to look them up. So meridie, midday. Okay. Navem, accusative of novice, novice meaning ship. Okay, it's just like that. Nautae, meaning sailors. Okay, the second one here, ventus is the noun, wind. Erat is the verb. Secundus is the adjective. Third one, the verb is advenerunt. Put that here. Oh. Advenerunt. The object are all of these things. Dilum, which is described as an insulum parvam. We call that apposition. Apposition is when you modify a noun by putting another noun next to it. Okay. The subject is the same as before, they, and that only leaves these two things. Sub noctem is a prepositional phrase, and et is the function word, which just means and. Ubi is the function word. Deus Apollo, both those words are the subject. Natus erat, because it's passive, there are two words for the verb. Okay. Next one, quintus is obviously the subject. The verb ends in T, volebat. Things that end in RE will go in this slot here, plus verb. So this verb is incomplete without the infinitive visere, to visit. Okay. And what he intends to visit are the monumenta. I put up here a list of most of the correct endings for this. So in the object slot there's M and A. Could also add some others like eos, for example, but we'll get to those later. So the function word in this next sentence is que, and function words are words that are have primarily grammatical meaning, as opposed to content words. Okay. So he is the subject, que, and is the function word, and the verb, which ends in T, is rogavit, he asked. Okay. You can again look these things up online easily. Rogavit, third person singular active indicative of rogo, which means ask, inquire. The principal parts work in Latin is the first one is present tense, rogo, I ask. Rogare is the infinitive, to ask. Rogavi is the perfect tense, I asked. And rogatum, that'll come later. Then the object whom he asked has an M on the end, magistratum, the skipper. Okay. Then a function word at the beginning, not, which means not to. He asked the skipper not to, and then what he asked him not to do is the verb solveret, and the object is navem, ship. Donec until is a function word. He is the subject, and the verb rediisit with this ending has to be past perfect, had returned. Okay. So cum is the function word interam. In Latin, it's just a prepositional phrase, but in English, it's called an adverbial complement because this verb needs it to be meaningful when he'd left onto land. Okay. Cum Pompeo is a prepositional phrase, so it goes here. Ut is a function word. Function words often come at the beginning of the sentence. He and the verb, and then both of these are the direct object. Locum sacrum. Ubi, function word. Apollo, subject. Natus erat. Both are the verb because it's passive perfect. Had been born. Cum, at the beginning, a function word. Verb spectaviscent, which you should be able to know how to translate from this example, past perfect. Okay. And what he spectavicented is omnia, everything, which again you can see here as a form of a direct object when it's plural. Omnia, everything. Sol occiderant. Occiderant, sol just means sun, and it's nominative, so it's the subject. Occiderant is the verb. You can look it up. Occiderant, from occido, fall down. It says third person singular. Pluperfect is another way of saying past perfect. See? So had fallen down, or had set in this case. Had the sun had set, past perfect. Igitur in second position as the function word. Therefore, verb is constituerunt. Pernoctare is the plus verb, the part infinitive it's called, and the prepositional phrase is in iterra, not ligatur. First function word in this one is posterior die, next day. Then the phrase cum primum, as soon as possible. Then rediissent, past perfect, they had returned, and then where they had returned to. In Latin, prepositional phrase. In English, an adverbial complement. Okay. Completing the thought of they had returned. Magister is the subject. I should put that up here too, I suppose. Magister is a subject form of skipper. Imperavit is the verb, and that only leaves nautes as dative. The dative endings are usually AE, long O, long IS, or ibus. Those are the main ones. Okay. Let's see. Ut is a function word. Solverent is the verb. Navem is the object. When we have phrases like this in Latin, they show this is an indirect command. In English, we normally use these or we use just to and then a verb, cast off. Okay, so it's convenient to just leave off the subject in English. Okay, so the subject are these two words, reliquum iter. Sine casu goes together, it's a prepositional phrase. Confectum est is the perfect passive, so both words are here, confectum and est. Tertiu die is the time word, the adverb of time. Litus Asiae is accusative, believe it or not. Here, I'll write it here. So under object, it's possible to have litus be accusative because litus has the same form. So the nominative and accusative, when a noun is neuter, are always the same. So in this case, litus cannot be subject because the subject is plural. Therefore, it must be the object. They conspexerunt the litus Asiae, the coast of Asia, and then tertio die when that happens. Meridie que, so que is the function word, and meridie is just an adverb. It will go down here. Advenire is obviously the verb. The object is really, I should cross that out, in fact. Let's see. Okay. Okay. I better stop there. We'll have trouble loading up. Try to work through the rest of them on the basis of what I've said so far.